How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be doing a quick sort of overview and look at Spitfire Audio's new library, Contemporary Drama Toolkit, or CDT. It's a real sort of free playing, velocity sensitive library. It's been gathering a lot of attention, so I thought I'd pick it up and give it a try. If you're noticing all these overlays on the screen, it's a bit different. It's because I'm actually streaming this live on Twitch because I want to do a bigger breakdown on Twitch. So if you're interested in watching that, head over to twitch.tv/DNF_music and you'll find the channel. Give it a follow and you'll get notified anytime I'm live. So yeah, let's get straight into this. So this first patch that we had opened here, let's turn it off. Fireflies. Let's see. This gives me a real sort of Blade Runner atmosphere, to be honest. And if you do play nice and soft, you get that sort of low texture without anything really coming through. Wouldn't use these very soft in a heavy sort of textural piece because you wouldn't really get the actual tones coming through. We can hear how these sort of evolve by themselves, especially when you play them harder. They'll play there, you just hear it evolve. It's just great to hear. So we move on to the next one. As I said, I don't want to make this long for YouTube. I'm going to look at this further for the stream, but for the YouTube video, it might be a bit of editing, but I don't want to make it too long. So these frozen textures, this is what, it's kind of like a guitar. Unfortunately, because it's micro keyboard, I don't have full sort of range of 3 octaves to play out big melodies, but we'll give it a try. Like, you can hear how free flowing it is, like, because the pad is just there. The pad will keep sort of evolving, developing, and I can play what I want. And the higher you go up, sort of just hitting into the loud sort of textures there. When you hit into the loud, it's kind of evolved even more. You can hear that C still kind of changing. Like, it's kind of feels like cheating a little bit. Like, it literally feels like you can just write an entire score with this. And it's very easy to get carried away and just play, to really just play this library as well. So I'm going to stop and move on. This is one thing that I found in sort of in the trailer of this library. It's obviously, it's called Contemporary Drama Toolkit, which you might think, okay, people have to use for sort of drama underscore. But this library, I think, can be used for a few different things, to be honest. It looks like it could be used for horror music as well, to be honest. Like, there's a lot of sort of sounds like this where they kind of just give a real eerie texture that kind of just develop as like an underbed. It could be really good for sort of horror music to an extent. You can see why some of the libraries down here as well, sorry, over here even, some of them have multiple velocities and some of them only have one. So in this one, texture is usually the bottom, then I think it's soft and then loud. You can control with the mod wheel, but on this keyboard that I have in a minute, I don't have a good mod wheel, so I'm not going to mess around with the whole mod wheel settings and stuff. I'm just going to play as they come with the velocity. It's going to be hard for me to get into some of the louder ones because this keyboard isn't great for velocities. But we'll see how it goes anyways. Highlands. Like you can literally just play that for, I don't know, 8 to 12 bars, and easy to start improvising over that. Like I'll play a bit higher up in the octave. Again, like there's like that sort of horror-ish to me sound. Like I feel like that can go straight into horror. Like okay, I need to move a bit faster again. I don't want to take too long on this. Life support. That sounds like it actually has a bit of a vocal in there, to be honest. Okay, so from here we've got to move on to the next one. Actually, no, this plug textures. I want to try this quickly because I've seen one or two people try this. Hmm. So you can play kind of a staccato, or you can hold it and it will develop itself as well with those sort of gentle plucks in the background. I'm not sure if that's like completely free or if you can sort of sync that to a set tempo. Because if you're making sort of beds, you'd kind of want to set tempo at times. But yeah, there's plenty of other patches there. You can see loads of different stuff. Shatter, scratchy pad. So we'll move on to the next one. Um, the main sort of idea is these combis. That's like the sort of main thing they've really advertised with this library is these combi pads. I know there is one good patch in here because I got to try it a little bit last night. I think it was this guitar shimmers. A lot of people seem to be happy with the guitars in this library. So I'll play a bit lower. You can hear just that slight touch of just a gentle pluck as well after a certain amount of time, just to keep the pad interesting. It's not just dead still. Oh, wrong note. Then after you're done playing the melody, you can just hold the harder note that you've played because that's when those plucks start to come out. So just hold that, and you'll hear the development just there's a gentle plucks, and I'll just keep developing for you. Like it does feel a little bit like cheating, but at the end of the day, I've seen a few people complain about this library saying, "Oh, it takes the skill out of composing. There's no theory left." And I've I went to college. I've studied music, and the amount of times I actually sit down and think of a lot of the theory that I learned in college, it's far few in between. For my style of writing, anyways, I much prefer if libraries are done well the way this library I feel is done very well. I much prefer to do this and just enjoy what I'm writing. Like you can hear how free that is, and how easy it is to get an idea straight out of your hands. I don't even have a full size keyboard here. I have 25 keys only to work with at the minute. And you're going to hear how easy I can play a melody straight away. Um, let's move on just to something. This Steam pad that actually that's the name of a patch in Albion 1 I remember as well. So let's hear how this sounds. For some reason, I seem to get real Blade Runner vibes off a lot of this stuff. I'm not sure if this is because I've listened to it too much. And you can just keep adding in notes to as many as your fingers can play. They tend to blend very well. Um, Try to keep it in the same key, but they tend to blend very well no matter how many notes you're holding, really. We'll try one more out of this patch. The Shimmer's Haunting, Neptune, Piano, Silver Lining. Let's have a look at this one. Play a bit low down. So this is kind of like a guitar pop, it sounds like. So again, it's super easy to play with. We move on to the combi leads. I'm probably gonna leave out some of this stuff. I might leave out the synth texturals. I want to hear the guitars by themselves, and I want to hear these bottom ones, the cello, violin, and vocals. So for this video on YouTube, I'm gonna leave out some of this stuff. If anyone wants sort of a further video, let me know, and I can break it down further. But yeah, again, when I do these sort of like overlook review type videos, I tend to make them fast. I don't make them too long. If people want me to make them longer, let me know. I can cut the entire video from the stream next time. And if it turns out to be 40 odd minutes, I can just upload it like that. But I do know some people do that on their own channels. Let's have a look at this. What's this? Combi leads. What's this? Brass. So this is just a short little pulse, really. Okay, not much going on there. If you could maybe drag it out a bit further, but for me, I wouldn't really be using. I wouldn't be using patches like that out of this library. I like the sort of the heavy textural ones that you can then add sort of melodies over. Now, obviously, you could layer that in with some of the other sections, which is fine. Let's see what this is. Glow, glow. Oh, sorry, growl, growl is. I'm not crazy about these leads, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. They haven't given me the same feeling that sort of the pads and the textural stuff has given me. Now again, this is only brief. I haven't given it a full look, so let's go to that. Uh, I don't exactly know what they mean by pan guitar. If that's a certain guitar or if that's just they've just named it to name it that. That's a very clean sound. A lot of these sort of a lot of these leads sounds like there's a voice in the background as well. And again, they pluck by themselves. So a lot of sort of plucking stuff tends to do, I suppose you can say, the work for you. It will do a lot of the stuff. Yeah, it'll just keep sort of evolving, adding in plucks, adding in sort of that atmospheric texture where you need. which is great because that gives you a lot more, I feel that gives you a lot more freedom with other instruments than to sort of compose around that. So that's actually a bit different for the leads. That's a tiny bit different. Again, there's so many different patches. I cannot go through all of them for this video. It will take me absolutely ages. As I said, I will be looking at them on stream because I might compose a little demo after looking at this to see. Let's move into. Actually, no, we'll leave the guitars. You've heard the guitars as it is. I'll load them to see what patches they have. So long freeze, long acoustic, harmonies, frozen harmonies, replucked slide, picked, plucked, plenty to work with, and a lot of people seem to be very happy with the guitars in this library. So I say when it comes to sort of the lead melodic instruments, that will be sort of the go-to. But I want to hear this electric cello and electric violin. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure of many libraries that offer electric sort of electric cellos and electric violins really. So I want to see what they've kind of done with this. Might as well just open up the first one. It's a long patch, so we'll see. So for this one now, friends, I want to get the best out of my keyboard for this, because you want to press it harder by the sounds of it. Oh, okay, well I wasn't expecting that. So the softer sounds straight. That's a slight bow change by the sounds of it. So yeah, the soft range on this cello seems to be just a few bow changes. The texture kind of the same. Slight bow changes, just adding a bit of atmosphere, and then that top one, if I can get that loud. Yeah, this that becomes very sort of manipulated, that sound. Cool sound could work really well in some stuff. To me, it has a real nice icy sound, and I've been liking that type of sound lately. Those real sort of icy sounds. It's a lot of. So there's a lot of different textures. Let's see, this cello octaves. This is all loud, so. Is it manipulate or is it just bow changes? I find it interesting the way it's kind of like nearly doing playing for you when all you're doing is just holding down the actual keys, and yeah, it's shifting between sort of bow changes and whatever you kind of need it to do. Cello 4. Let's go a bit lower. Yeah, lower down. Oh, it's gone off screen. There we go. Again, this is to me the dark drama horror-ish medium that this sort of library can also fit into. I want to hear what the loud gives. That's nice. I like that. I like that. It's panned as well between left and right. It's coming in through the left now, and then it's going out the right. So that's very useful. That is. I'm gonna assume it's got to be only the loud that offers that. So that's a super useful sort of patch. So what's that long E cello? Or that's really good. Got to keep that in mind. As I said, I kind of do these to kind of help other people get a good sort of sense of these libraries. As I said, I can't look through everything, but even if it gives you a sort of a sense of what it might sound like or turn out for you, well, then that's good enough for me. And I'm going to move on to the violin, and then we'll do the vocals, and then I'll finish up on this review sort of video for YouTube. Um, I think there's less patches in this violin than there was for the cello, but it looks like. Let's try this. Too low on the octave. This is very, very soft. I'm guessing that SFT in the actual um, patch itself probably stands for soft already. You can kind of hear the top notes coming out. Yeah, some of these patches do remind me of like the Oliver Arnolds and Evolution sort of series, the way they'll just evolve, and some of the sort of icy sounds that they give you, they kind of remind me of those libraries that Spitfire have done. I want to try to use a patch that I didn't use on the cello. This is oh herb, yeah. Oh, and that's all it is. Okay, so it's just a sort of short few beats. Now the only thing is with a sound like that, it's a very unique sound. I'm guessing that drops. It must be because it's kind of like a pitch bend. But if you attached a long sort of reverb to that, it would create a really really interesting atmosphere. I'm not sure how this will sound chord. It sounds like a really bad harmonica player. uh, yeah, it's an interesting patch that one. I'm sure you people would find use out. I'm sure I'd find use out of it. Just straight away from listening is not what I expected with it really. And the last vocal, so we have four patches. Uh, mm, na na and oh. I might as well go through all four of these since there's only four left. Let's see. Okay, so up here, this isn't going to be a realistic singer. This is going to be very sort of tampered by the sounds already. Yeah, like, do they evolve or do they just sustain? Okay, so up on that octave, I wouldn't be using them at all. I'll try them down here. Down there, they're much more bearable, I'd say, to the ear, and a bit more natural as well. Yeah, this is very, very nice sound actually down in that register, to be honest. I'll try one more down. That's more of a hum rather than anything audible. Okay. Well, we'll say down this low octaves since we're down here. A bit too low down the octave, I think, to get the most out of this patch. Try a bit higher. So the vocals, by the sounds of it, they don't really develop for you over time the way some of the other patches do. It's mainly just sustains. I had a feeling this was got to do something like this. So this does kind of develop it a little bit for you. Kind of reminds me of Vocalize from Heaviosity, which I actually have that library in here. It does these sort of interesting effects. Yeah, I'm not sure how useful they'd be, to be honest. So far, I'm finding the vocals the least effective out of all these patches, to be honest. While we're down there, let's see. A nice sound. A nice sound. Right up the octave. Once this octave, okay, this octave up here, to the ear, I don't see where this octave is going to be useful straight away, to be honest. It's just, yeah, to me, I don't really find that octave very useful in the voices. The best one out of voice, I think, are those As in around the mid register. They sound pretty nice, and I think they are the ones used on the tutorial as well. Sorry, not the tutorial, the trailer for this library. They sound that sort of register sounds a bit familiar. So yeah, for anyone watching this on YouTube, I hope you sort of enjoyed this short look at Spitfire's new library. I'm going to probably try to compose a demo now on stream. So if I get anything written for this library, I'll throw it into the end of the video, or even just a short snippet of like 30 seconds of what a few of the patches can sound like together. Um, yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment, share around, subscribe to the channel. We're on I think 395, like 5 subscribers or 400. So it'd be great to hit that. And there will be more videos to come. I'm going to do a library review on Jaeger up here. Jaeger, because that was the other big library I bought. And I also have Project Alpha and Bravo, even though they're older libraries now from composer Daniel James. So there's a few libraries for me to review, and hopefully I'll get a bit of music back up on the channel as well. So yeah, as I said, leave a like and comment on the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.